We're talking Kootenay Silver today. I've got Jim McDonald. He is the CEO, head treasure hunter, as I like to call it here. And call sign is KTN on the Toronto Venture Exchange if you want to treasure hunt with the symbol there. So, Jim, good to see you. It's been quite a while here, and saw some news here on Columba. Going to do some drilling here. We'll get into that in a minute. But, yeah, I guess kind of pulling back a little bit. A ton of work done there already. So you're building on something what you think is to be massive. Market conditions haven't exactly been your friend here, but the beat goes on. So I guess get in here and let's talk about current day activities for Kootenay.
Yeah, well, great. Yeah, the beat certainly does go on, and great tune, by the way. So, with regards to us, we haven't done any drilling for quite a while, and finally we're back at it, which feels really good. But we now secured 100% ownership on Columba. We made our final payments there late spring, and now on 100%, which is really great. We are now going in with this program, stepping out on the D vein. A lot of focus on the D vein because that's the best widths and grades when you're looking at hits with 34 meters, a half kilo. 90 meters above that was just shy of 30 meters at 453 grams per ton silver, which included 17.8 meters at 650. This is a real fat, juicy mineralized shoot within that vein. And when you look at these districts, and we think we've identified a new vein district that's really important, and with a footprint of something that could be 100 million ounces or even multiples, it's barely been eroded, suffered any erosion, so it's almost completely preserved. And part of what that means is that it's by and large hidden, really. It's not really well exposed at surface, but just enough. And so when you look at these vein districts in operating where there's been operating mines for many years, and new districts that come into being mines, they have the multiple veins on them, but generally what happens is you'll get one or two or three of these veins with real nice big mineralized shoots in them that make the mine. So those zones, you'll get these zones that could be 1, 2, 3 of them. They may have 60 to 80% of the ounces in those few zones. And then you'll have a dozen or more other ones that add on to it later. And so the D vein area is one of those areas where you might be into one of these mineralized shoots that makes the project into a mine. And so, if you come onto our website and look at our long section of the intercepts there so far, you'll see what we're talking about. It's wide open in all directions, nice, thick, high-grade intercepts, some, of course, really spectacular ones that I just quoted. And so we're just going to systematically step away from that to increase the size of it. If it's there, we're going to be proving that. And then we've designed a more aggressive program to follow up on it, where we'll be defining upwards of 800, 1,000 meters of total strike length. And that's a lot of room there to have an awful lot of ounces. The overall objective here of this first step is to get us to a maiden resource by third quarter next year, which would require, of course, a bunch more drilling. But that's where we're taking that. That's where we want to see ourselves in about 12 months' time.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question here is what is this going to become? A ton of work done here. You've been at it for a while. You believe you got an elephant here. So yeah, I guess walk us through the steps here. The investor who sees the market's a little downtrodden, who likes silver, who likes pure silver plays, who likes Mexico. Yeah, give him let's craft a pitch for investors here. Taking a look at you now, Jim.
Well, yeah. So just to step back a little bit away from Columba, Kootenay Silver, of course, has a lot of assets in Mexico, and we offer two things. We offer like a silver bank because we have one of the largest silver resources for a junior company in Mexico. So we give a lot of leverage just to the silver price with the ounces we've already found and defined in 43-101 resources. So currently 136 million silver equivalent ounces in measured indicated category and another 35 in inferred in two different deposits, Promontorio and La Higuera. Now, in the case of Promontorio, there's a second deposit that doesn't have an estimate on it yet. So we're in the midst of doing that work to update that resource and bring it out here in the fall sometime. And then with La Higuera, we've remodeled or gone in and picked apart the detail of the geology of that resource and rebuilt it, a new geologic model. And the reason is because we see the existing resource that's reported is diluting the grade. That's what we believe. And we think this new model is tightening it up, which hopefully is going to lead into a better grade. So that's the other thing going on in the background here while we're focused on this exciting new discovery at Columba. Now, Columba is getting all the love from us in terms of where we're spending our money for obvious reasons, because we think we're on to a vein district. It's high grade works at all silver prices, of course, and high grade will bring you a premium in the market eventually if you've got enough ounces of it. And so we have a big system at Columba. We have the grade there in multiple different veins. And now it's a matter of building ounces. So that's what we're beginning to do here now. We want to start to expand on that D vein, show ourselves and the market that it's getting the bulk that you need, the size that you need in that one zone to really make everything else work. And then we've got a program designed a lot more drilling to follow on and end up with a maiden resource in third quarter next year. And at that point, you'd be looking at that and deciding, well, okay, does this warrant a preliminary economic assessment right now? Are things still getting better? Should we dive into more drilling and keep drilling? And you make that decision at that time when you have that information.
Well, I imagine, a lot of what you're doing now is going to dictate that. So certainly no shortage of news coming investors' way, I would imagine. So I guess, Jim, any parting words for investors looking for opportunity? You're onto something. Give them one last why KTN.
Well, yeah, we're back drilling now. If we continue to produce results like we have on that D vein, it's going to become very, very evident that we're really onto something great here. And notwithstanding that, for the believers that silver price is finally going to break out through that $30 barrier, we supply a lot of leverage to the silver price because of our existing resource base. And so that's Kootenay Silver.
Okay. We'll look forward to checking back in when you hit the wire again. That's Jim McDonald. He's the CEO of Kootenay Silver KTN at Toronto Venture Exchange. Jim, appreciate the update and forward to checking back in when you hit the wire again.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks.